Hi there, I'm Jim from Country Contacts, and I'm here in the leafy suburb of O'Connor, Canberra, and I was a bit ambivalent about doing this particular video. I thought it might be a bit boring, but anyway, I've decided to do it because it involves a flow hive. I've only got 10 or so hives of my own, and none of them are flow hives. This lady that lives at this address has got a flow hive, and it's one of the very first ones. And the timber started to deteriorate a bit. So I offered to temporarily house them in some of my equipment. And we're kind of doing that in stages. You'll see when we go around the back. My idea was I'd put my box on. She could take her baseboard and brood box off, and I've given her 2 weeks to paint it. She's going to go on now and do the top part, which contains the flow frames. So I think that might be of interest to people. We've got flow hives, and they're starting to worry that the timber is deteriorating. At one stage, this lady was going to paint it while the bees were in it. Now, I didn't think that was a good idea. I think the fumes would have some effect on the bees, maybe even have some effect on the honey. So this is what we've done. 2 weeks ago I brought some of my gear, transposed them, but it was a hell of a job. And the title of this particular episode is going to be Bad Bees, because these are bad bees. They've got bad attitude. I only had a smock on last time and they hammered me. They hammered all around through my trousers, my upper body, biting me through my gloves and all of that. So that might even happen again today. The main problem that stirred them up was they had stuck the components together so well. They'd built comb underneath the flow frame components onto the plastic excluder, and plus they'd had propolis on all the other parts underneath. So the hive tool just didn't cut it. I had the hive tool in one corner, I had a small jemmy bar in the other corner, and thirdly I had a spade in the third corner before it finally released. And by then they were really pissed off. So I'm not expecting that sort of trouble today. I'm going to throw the plastic queen excluder away and donate a metal one, because there's less surface area on a metal one, and I don't think it'll be such a problem in the future. I brought a full suit today, which my sister kindly washed for me. I don't normally use a full suit. I just like the freedom of a smock, but these bees, like I say, have got a bad attitude. I know they're going to hammer me, so I'm going to be a real sook and suit up. I hope the camera lady fares okay, but she's a pretty good runner. Alright, so we'll leave it at that, and I'll meet you around the back. Okay, so here we are now in the backyard of O'Connor, lovely inner suburb of Canberra. You'll see, Jess will zoom in a bit probably on what we've got. The bottom parts are the base and the brood box that I've supplied just temporarily, so that Rona could paint the components. Today I'm going to also take the top one off, blow the bees out, and she'll paint that, and then in 2 weeks time it'll be all back to flow hive, but it'll be painted by then. So that's what we got. Around here you'll see a bit of gear. So she's painted 2 coats. I told her to give it 2 coats of an exterior paint. That's the flow hive base. That's the flow hive brood box painted, and that's the roof. But today, like I said, we will also take the brood box off and give her time to paint that. So I've just brought with me today there's a lot of bees in there, so they'll need room. I've just given them an ideal box, what they call ideal size, with 8 frames of foundation, just to give them something to do until we come back and put it all back together. And I was a bit short of a lid, so that's just a lid that I use for something else, but it'll do for today. Alright, I'm going to put my suit on now, and the camera lady will probably put her armour on, and we'll see how we go. Got the smoker going. Last time I went through 3 barrowfuls of pine needles. They were so aggressive. Well, just suiting up. Try to get the right glove on. The right glove on the right hand, that is. We have a bit of a silk in this full suit, but they really hammered me the other day. And unless they've re-educated themselves in the last fortnight, I expect to get hammered again. Should only need a hive tool this time. Like I say, I had to use a spade the other day. Well, it's working on me. Here I come. Now behave yourselves. Now the fun begins. So now I'm here. So I've got to take this off, put it aside for a minute. Got to move the lady's frames from my box and put them back in the Flow Hive box. Oh boy. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. They're talking to me. He's like, get out of here! You rat bag. I'm surprised to see, as far as I know, that's drone brood there. Bit surprised to see that. We're in mid-autumn here in Australia. Bit surprised to see that. Yeah, there's a drone. Cute. Some drones. There's a big one. There's a big one right there. I'm a little bit surprised to see them because the weather's cooling off. They'll soon be getting kicked out by the girls. Okay. I'm going to put this aside and blow the bees out of it. Okay, I'm going to blow them out of here, and that will give the lady a chance to rob them in her own time and also repaint the box. I'm going to blow them out. They'll wonder what's going on. They'll just think it's a storm and they'll go back to the brood box. That got them thinking. Now a little bit of temporary equipment. 8 frames of foundation there just to give them something to do in the next week. But it's only temporary. Well, that's pretty good, no stings, but I was ready from this time. So what we've got here, just a temporary setup. The bottom part is the flow frame setup. Taking the other off so that can be repainted. Just a little bit of homework for them to do in there until next week, when the other that's painted will go back on. So there might be a lot of you in that situation where you're a little bit worried about the longevity of your unpainted box. It's up to you. Some people like it natural. I'm a bit more of a traditionalist. Anyway, they've been pretty good today. They weren't nearly as bad as the other day. Maybe I won't call this episode Bad Bees after all. We'll see. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Keep on watching.